Hello everyone, this is Midlife Music Teacher and I'm Mrs. G. This past week was February vacation and I thought about doing a February vacation vlog, but turns out my February vacation is pretty boring, so instead I decided to make this a little story time. So let's take it from the top. My February vacation was pretty boring, and it's kind of how I like it. I did a little bit of cooking. I practiced piano quite a bit. I did some crocheting, I did some reading, I got my car washed. Ran errands and just caught up on some things that typically get pushed to the side when I'm working every day. However, one thing that happened during the February vacation was for the first 5 nights or so, I kept on having school dreams. And anybody who's ever been an educator or worked with children or worked in a school or anything like that, I know a lot of us will have dreams, but I tend to have vivid dreams where I'm literally teaching lessons, doing classroom management, and I was kind of upset because I was on vacation and yet in my dreams I'm doing instruction and all of that. And it does get kind of exhausting. But it made me remember a couple of very vivid dreams that I've had over the past few years. So I thought I'd share them with you. Feel free to interpret them however way you wish. So one of these dreams was when we were coming back to school after the pandemic. And it was very unclear what our schedule was going to be like, how we were going to be delivering that instruction, what it was going to look like. And so in this dream, it was the first day of school. It was the time I was supposed to be in front of my first class. I had a cart, but I had no materials. I had no lesson to teach. I was very nervous and very upset. And in this dream, a former colleague of mine who taught art was talking with the assistant principal. Now, this former colleague of mine retired several years ago, but there he was in the dream. And he says to me in the dream, "Oh, hey, I was at a cookout this weekend and I have some Jello. Would you like some Jello? Maybe it could help you teach your classes." And in the dream, I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take it." So he brings me this big tub, this big rectangle tub full of orange Jello, specifically orange Jello. And I took it as though it was going to help me teach my classes. In any case, it was so vivid and so bizarre of a dream that I told my current colleagues about it. And so naturally, for my birthday that year, one of my colleagues purchased for me as a gag gift a box of orange Jello. Anyway, that's one of them. Another very vivid dream that I had was that I typically teach a lot of students. And when I'm doing my ensembles, chorus, whatever, it's a lot of students all at once, 60, 70 students all at once. And although I'm not a yeller, I don't yell at students, there are times when you have to raise your voice because it's just such a large amount of students. It's one of the reasons I like being mic'd. I don't have to yell over children. But in this particular dream, there were a lot of children in my classroom, really too many children for the space, and they weren't listening to me. They were overexcited. They were not paying any attention. And so in this dream, I yelled to get their attention, and I yelled in actuality in the middle of the night, out loud. Much to my family's surprise, they were all awoken by my yelling at students. One of the dreams that I had happened a few years ago. I do the song Sleeping Bunnies with my kindergarten and preschool classes. And if anybody's familiar with that song, the little bunnies are sleeping, and then you sing, and then the tempo changes. It's a very adorable song. The children love it. But because I did that song so many times, I had a dream where we were going to be performing Sleeping Bunnies at the faculty meeting, and I was preparing for doing the Sleeping Bunny song at the next faculty and staff meeting. So yeah, that was also one that was very clear and vivid in my mind, and it's almost Sleeping Bunny season time again. Anyway, those are just some of my funny stories. I don't know if any of you have had kinds of crazy dreams. I don't know if orange Jello has solved any lesson planning issues for anyone, or if any of you have had a rousing Sleeping Bunnies performed at your faculty meetings. In any case, with that, we'll end on a high note. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Bye.